Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. Today I'm showing you Kaya's 3-strand twist out on her 3B type curls. First we started with freshly washed and conditioned hair. Her hair is especially dry this season, so I'm going to be brushing it out and then using Uncle Funky's Curl Magic Curl Stimulator first before I use the Doux Mousse Texture Foam. Usually in the summer months when there's a lot more humidity in the air, I'll just use the texture foam, but I find during the winter months it's much more moisturized when I use both of them. And then I'll brush it through to evenly distribute it with my Denman brush. I'm going to take about 3 to 4 inch sections all over her head, split it up into 3 sections, and then start counterclockwise twisting each strand. So this is definitely not braiding. You're not weaving the hair in and out. You're twisting the hair strands just like you do with the 2-strand twist to one side, except it's 3. It should not complicate things at all. You're just twisting the hair in the same direction, counterclockwise all the way down. Once you get to the end, you'll want to twirl the hair around your finger. Don't leave any part of that section straight because it will dry that way. If your curl pattern is that 3B type of curl, it'll just kind of dry straight. If it's more 3C like my other daughter, then it'll get frizzy at the bottom. So you have to make sure that when you're doing your twist, especially with the 3-strand twist, you have to twist all the way to the bottom and then twirl it around at the end to secure it. Now, like I said in my other daughter's 3-strand twist out video, I prefer the 3-strand to the 2-strand twist just because it stays in place much better than the 2-strand twist. And usually in my experience, that's caused the roots of the hair to lay better. The best thing I like about this hairstyle is that it doesn't take too long. These parts don't have to be precise because it's just a twist out. You're taking them out as soon as they're fully dry. And then another great thing about it is that you're creating clumps of curls which prevent the hair from getting tangled as easily as if you're wearing your natural curls in a natural wash and go. Now wash and goes I love because of the fluffiness. When I do a twist out, I like it because it switches up the curl pattern, kind of lengthens the curls. So if they're wanting to wear their curls but they're wanting them to look longer, this is a good solution for that. It's just a nice switch up to have both options.
Cheese. Good morning. My mommy is taking out my hair.
What's it gonna look like?
It's gonna look like, it's gonna look like Naomi's, but not so messy. Not so messy. Yay! I was waiting for oil.
So at this point you can use any oil and you just start unraveling the twist. So you're gonna unravel it so that it almost kind of straightens it out and then split the 3 sections apart. They should come apart very easily as long as you brushed through the hair and it was fully detangled before styling. So when I was brushing the hair, I used the Easy Detangler brush to totally detangle it before I started twisting. Then when I was putting my products on it, I was brushing it out even more to smooth the hair product into the hair and evenly distribute it. And then I was using the Denman brush right before I twisted it to make sure each strand was totally smooth and there were no knots. If you don't do this step and you want to get through those twists as quick as possible, then what's going to happen is when you start to unravel, they will not come apart this easily. I mean, these things just come right apart. Nothing is tangled up. Now, as I showed you earlier, I'm using the Curlsmith Bonding Oil, rubbed it through my hands, and I'm unraveling these twists apart. Kaya has high porosity hair, unlike Naomi, so it looks like the oil is sitting on the surface of her hair, but it will get soaked up within an hour. Now you see Naomi in the background. She has 3C, 4A type curls, and so when I do her 3-strand twist out, I have to sometimes retwist the top layer of her hair when it starts getting pretty frizzy because putting the product on it again and redistributing it throughout like at least the top layer of her hair doesn't help it so much. Whereas Kaya, if it's a little frizzy, I just put a small amount of the Doux Mousse over the frizzy parts, which is usually just the outer layer. So as you can see here, now I've untwisted all of the twists and now I'm just breaking apart the bigger clumps into smaller sections so the hair can look a lot fuller. You have to be real careful when you're doing this step because you can make the hair frizzy without meaning to. So when you get the bigger curl clump, kind of pull it down to elongate it a little bit, and then a natural split will occur in the hair, and you just take it apart there. So you'll do this all over the head. One funny thing I was just thinking about is one of my closest friends, gosh, it had to be from 2008, so 15 years ago. She was the first person who actually showed me what a twist out looks like on natural hair. And so she was taking out her twists one day, and one of my guy friends that liked her and was trying to talk to her was asking her if we could go meet up. And so I was gonna go, but she was like, no, I can't go because my hair's too fresh. And he took that as like her being egotistical, like, I can't come out to see you right now, my hair looks too good, it's too fresh. But she just meant that the first day of the twist out on her hair wasn't the best day. I think she liked after it had been a couple days when the roots kind of fluff up a bit and it looks nice and voluminous. So I always think of that. But in order for Kaya's hair, which is, much less of a tight curl pattern, to get it fluffed up, I just use a pick and pick up the roots a bit. Kaya hates this step, so does Naomi. I don't know why. To me, it never hurts, but for some reason, they just hate it. So you just do this all around, fluff up the roots to your liking, and then if you want, you can spray some finishing spray, but we don't ever do any of that. The Doux stuff, I think, holds the curl pretty well. So here's a nice shot that shows the evenness of these curls once they're twisted out. It's hard to get Kaya to sit still for a nice after shot because as soon as I pull up her hair to the front, she starts turning her head and then it pulls back over her shoulder. But you see how the twist out looks. The curls are nice and elongated. And as long as you take care to maintain this twist out throughout the week, it should last and should look fresh. So what I do at night for Kaya's hair is I use a satin scrunchie and a silk bonnet. I tie her hair in a pineapple, a loose pineapple, maybe only wrapping the scrunchie around once or twice just to keep it upright, and then I put the bonnet on over that. That lasted for a few days, and then I started having to put some of the Mousse Def texture foam over, like I said, the outer layer of her hair to smooth it out. But when you do that, it doesn't get stringy or frizzy or anything. It just kind of makes the curls go back into the pattern that they were. It does stay detangled, so the next time I washed her hair, it was a smooth process. There wasn't a bunch of knots or cries or tears. So this is, like I said, a good way, quick way to style the hair, which just involved a little bit of maintenance throughout the week. I also did a 3-strand twist out on Naomi and Zaria, both of Kaya's sisters. Naomi had hers done a few days prior, so this is probably day number 4 for her, which was retwisted just a bit. Zaria is the younger one. Her hair is still kind of young to do this type of style on, so it didn't hold as well, but I just put hers in some bows and you can just see it in the back.
Should we try our new thing called
Hey, Zari.
Rachel? Hi.
Hey, Naomi.
Hey.
Hey, Kaya. Hey, Kaya.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, this one.